Alright everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Captain Crush, that is the name, and the game is NBA and NFL daily fantasy sports via PrizePicks, Sleeper, Chalkboard, and even a splash of DraftKings. So here's the deal. We only get 4 games today, which means we're going to have to be creative. We got to put our thinking caps on and think outside the box. My plan today, it's Taco Tuesday. We're going to eat these tacos. Hopefully they don't taste like chalk. There's nothing worse than a chalk-flavored taco. And we're going to try to get these W's. Got a lot to cover today and not a lot of time to do it. I'm already running late. I've just been running behind all day. I'm planning for my vacation and it's hard to get these out, but I will still get it done because that's just the type of guy I am. So without further ado, let's break this puppy down. Obviously, it's Taco Tuesday and there's going to be a lot of controversy around Ja Morant. I myself went light on his taco at 20.5. The opening line was 23, then it moved to 24. So my thing is they're 8-point dogs. Vegas set his line at 24, which I thought it was going to open at 29. So I'm thinking maybe they ease him back in. I know he was on suspension and not an injury, but even then, it's very rare that they just unleash somebody their first day back in a real game environment to play 35 plus minutes. Now, am I coming on here to tell you that Ja Morant's going to sell? Absolutely not. He's Ja Morant. He can get 30 points in a blink. The point is, you, the viewer, you have to decide. Do you think he's going to play 25 to 30 minutes or do you think he's going to play 30 to 35 minutes? Make your choice, and that's what you do with that. I will say this, since they bumped his PRA down to 37.5, now it's popping as something playable. I personally am not going there, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does come through and hit. But as I said, Memphis is 8-point dogs. And on top of that, Memphis is absolute poverty. They're poverty. I hate to say it. Desmond Bane. I targeted his points yesterday. It had push equity. I had Shai Alexander over 30.5 points. The Wombo combo, the 2v2. And he sold because Shai didn't play 4 quarters. And Memphis, they didn't play any quarters. They got beat by 30 plus by my OKC Thunder. They smashed him. Roman Reigns style smash. A squash match. So, do you want to go back to Memphis even with Ja? I don't know. I just think they're poverty. I'm trying to limit my exposure to all the Grizzlies today. And if anything, and in fact, I do have some unders on my list. So there's one big thing that sticks out on this slate like a sore thumb. Like you at prom, you're just sitting against the wall sticking out like a sore thumb. We got to discuss the elephant in the room, which is the Spurs and the Bucks. The point total is extremely high. The spread, it's extremely crazy. What's gonna happen? Nobody knows. Wemby's taking a seat tonight. He says, nah, I ain't suiting up for this game. And what do we know about the Bucks? Well, they give up a lot of points and a lot of usage and statistics to the guards. It's a trend. It's been happening all season long. You target guards against them. But we have so many guards, and without Wemby, they may even go smaller lineup, which means even more guards. So you literally have to take Vassell, Sochan, or Socan, whatever you want to call him, Trey Jones, take him, put him in a box, shake it up, and throw it out and see what happens. Snake eyes maybe you land on. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. But the fact is, Devin Vassell needs to be considered. So does Jeremy. So does Branham. And I guess Trey Jones. But I can't stomach Trey Jones. So what I did personally was this. Let me quarterback this for you 1 minute. Let Captain Crush behind center to QB this mug. I took a shot on Malik Branham's fantasy score, and instead of Devin Vassell's fantasy score, I did this right here. I took my Rudy Poo over to freaking Sleeper where they had D Vassell at 19.5 points. And I took over right there, and I'm paying a little bit of juice. It's only 1.68, and then I took it and I paired it with old GOAT, former GOAT, no longer a GOAT, Curry, 4.5 3-points made. I wanted Curry's points. It opened at 26.5 last night, and I saw it. I was half asleep. I'm like, this is way too low, and I forgot to get it in. Then it moved to 27 on PrizePicks where I got it in crispy, and now it's at what, 28 over on Sleeper, maybe 27, I'm not sure. But since I didn't want to take that bump, since they're not paying a lot for it, I just went with the 3-pointers. I think he gets 5 threes. You know he's gonna chuck at least 10. So this is my Sleeper slip for today. 20 to win 54. Little bankroll builder, little bankroll booster, almost a full 3x. Promo code Crush on Sleeper. You'll get the match. You'll be able to tail your boy, and you'll get 30 free days in my Discord if you send me an email. If you don't email me, I have no idea who you are. Now, you may be sitting there and say, Cap, I don't have Sleeper. Well, get it. Get Sleeper, get Chalkboard, get them all, because you need to be able to be shopping. I'm talking Black Friday style shopping on these lines, because they're always moving. I was able to secure some value the night before, and of course, everything's bumped up today. So that takes me over here to Brandhammer. I got him projected for a smidge, a little snitching. I'm talking a smidge, a small little millimeter. 22 fantasy points. Do I think he gets 20.5? I'm not exactly sure, but I do know this. He should get blowout run regardless. Even though he's going to start, he still would get run in a blowout. That's just how it's been. So I'm hoping that Brandhammer can play at least 30 minutes tonight and find his way into 20.5 fantasy score. If you don't want to take his fantasy score, you can take his points or his points rebounds. It's all in play. But again, it's literally roulette. If you don't want to take the bump, look at what they have Vassal over here on PrizePicks. A full point higher than on Sleeper. Granted, you're not paying the juice, but still, if you want to take this over here at 20.5, you say, Cap, he's soaring today. I don't care about that 1 point differential. He's going for 30 today. You can take it because the trend, the matchup is sound. But looky, I got a taco hooky at 16.5. I didn't even see that bang. There you go. So the fact of the matter is this. Now he's the taco or the coffee cup, whatever that thing is. And it kind of scares me, I'm not going to lie, because there is a taco curse. It is. It's crazy, but it's a real thing. Backed by science and data, the same people that talk about the climate crisis, they're the same ones that talk about the taco curse. It's real, folks. Those of you that are smart enough to read in between the lines will actually get that humor. If not, whatever. But the fact of the matter is this. Devin Vassell, I didn't even know they made him a taco, but now absolutely you can take his points there. I like it. I still like Brandham's. Again, I'm not exactly sure what's going to go on in this matchup, folks. I'm hoping that it's fast-paced and everyone covers. Again, your safest options are going to be the likes of Keldon Johnson and Vassell. Those are probably the highest floors on the team, these two young men. But that's going to be your call, my friend. My brother in Christ, you have to make a decision. And I will say this, no Wemby, don't you dare sleep on Zach Collins. You want to talk about a former wagon. It's crazy how bad he's played this year opposed to how he was last year. Last year, Collins was a wagon. He gave White a run for his money. And I'm talking Kobe White and Rashad White and Derek White. But now, Zach Collins is no longer that wagon. But maybe, just maybe, without Wemby, he turns it on. Look at these last five. 11, 23, 11, 4, 30. It's random. It's not for the faint of heart. It's a total dart throw. But again, you got to have some exposure to these Spurs. It's dealer's choice. Now, you didn't think I was going to leave you without a favorite play, did you? Did ya? It's right here. Anthony Simons. Ever since he came back from injury, the man's been crushing. The other day, it looked like he was going to sell. I think he had, 5 fantasy points at half? And the man backdoor covered because he's him. Because he respects coin. Because he's a GOAT in training. So I guess that makes him a GIT. He's a GIT, a GOAT in training. Because I think he has potential to be a GOAT. If he wasn't on the Poverty Trailblazers, he might just be doing something now. But let me bust out that handy dandy notepad, as Houston used to say. Oh, Houston, if you're watching this, buddy, it's been a hot minute, but I gotta say, you burned that bridge to the ground, didn't you? Simon, 1.21 fantasy points per minute with a crispy 33% usage rate. Buddy, Captain Crush, what's a usage rate, Cap? Well, it's how many times the ball's in their hand quantified into a number. So Anthony Simons has a massive usage rate. Unfortunately, that brings on the turnovers. So if you don't want to target his fantasy score, you can do what I did, because I got exposure to all of it. You can take his real points, which I'm going to talk about in a second, his points assist, which is at 30.5. I like all of that, folks. And another one that's actually super in play is 19 field goal attempts. Listen, if this game stays close and does get out of hand for them, he's going to start chucking. I mean, he chucks either way. He chucks 20 to 25 times a game already. He plays 35 minutes. Even in these blowouts, they let him get run. So either one of these, it's literally dealer's choice. I would say the fantasy score is my favorite, then his points, then his points assists, then the field goal attempted. But I will have exposure to all of it. Now, here's the deal. I was talking about his points, but this is why I like his points elsewhere. Over here on Chalkboard, 24.5. It's 1.5x payout. I paired it with Zion. I teased Zion's rebounds down to 5.5, and then I took Dame Lillard at 7.5 assists. That's probably the scariest one for me. It's going to be a stretch for him to get 8, but I think he does get it tonight. I think he's going to get it. 20 to win 63. This is the Chalkboard YouTube slip. Promo code CRUSH, as always. And regardless whether you tail this slip or not, you need to get on there because you can take alternate lines. It's pretty much goblins and demons on Chalkboard, but better value. Promo code CRUSH, people. And as always, the links are in the description. And speaking of Dame Time Lillard, they got his fantasy score over here at 46. Now, if this game turns into a colossal blowout, which it absolutely can, but just don't try to predict blowouts. You see what happens. It's every night. The games that are supposed to blow out don't, and the games that are supposed to stay close get blown out. 76ers versus the Bulls, anyone? What did I tell you guys about Joel Embiid yesterday? I told you right here on video, you do not fade Joel Embiid while he's on this MVP run. You just don't do it. I don't care. He's a wagon. He respects coin, and so does Kobe White. Kobe White, cash. Harden, cash. Luka, cash. And Joel Embiid, cash. Unfortunately, RJ Barrett sold. He shot terrible, 3 for 10. And the Joker sold. Well, it was a blowout, and on top of that, he just doesn't care anymore. He's just not caring. He's like, bro, I'm going to be in the playoffs either way. I don't care about padding stats. He's paid, he's laid, and most likely made. So I'm going right back to him next time because I'm crazy like that, but never mind that. Let's talk about Dame Lillard. As I was saying, this is going to be a sweat. It's going to be scary. I got him at 45.5. Now he's at 46, but he does have a 1.28 fantasy points per minute with a 28% usage rate, fam. So he's in the mix. I'd be amiss if I didn't talk about him. Obviously, Giannis is in the mix, obviously, but again, he has a slightly easier path to 46 than Giannis does to 58. All those guys are in play. Remember, my favorite is going to be Vassell, Branham, and Simon. And then Dame Lillard would be 4th. And then the other 2 that I'm going to talk about, folks, do I really need to talk about them? I mean, honestly, you get Stephen Curry, 42.5 fantasy score. I saw this last night at 40.5 or 41. Then it's at 41.5. And now it's all the way up to 42.5. It's in play, period. He put up a stinker last game, but anytime he's on the floor, he can go off. And those are the decisions you have to make. His opening line was at 26. He should have a decent game tonight, and this fantasy score could get obliterated, but he's gonna need to score real points to get it done, so maybe you just take his real points. That's gonna be up to you to decide, but I did want to mention that, and I would be doing a disservice. I would feel terrible about it if I didn't mention the wagon himself, Derek White. Yes, Derek White. Now, this is the full disclosure. If Derek White doesn't get some blocks and steals tonight, he's selling that line. I'm telling you, without a block and steal, he ain't getting 32 fantasy points. It ain't happening. Not with a full healthy Celtics squad. But can he get blocks and steals tonight? Absolutely. He's playing the Warriors. They're going to be playing a little bit faster than they play. And Derek White, for the most part, he respects coin. So you can absolutely take a shot on Derek White's fantasy score at 32. I personally have him projected to get 30 tonight. So I'm going to have to wait and see how I did on that. I got him projected to get 30. His line's at 32. But I'll tell you right now, D White has made me so much coin that I'm going to go right back to him and take a shot on his fantasy score. I liked his rebounds plus assists. That was my favorite play on the board last night. Where is it at? It's at 9. I got it at 8.5. That was my favorite one. So now because it's at 9, you could just go to his fantasy score or his rebounds, or you could take the bump at that. Whatever you want to do, folks. Derek White is always in play. I'm never going to tell you not to play Derek White, the wagon, because the man respects coin. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about, folks. Do you or do you not respect coin? And I talk about this all the time. One day we're going to get White Equinox, Derek White, Rashad White, and Kobe White playing all on the same day, and we're going to put them in a 3-man power and nuke it. We're talking nuke. I'm talking 500 plus, and it will hit because they respect my coin and yours too. So I've talked about the NBA. There's a lot of other plays that I like, but if you want more, you're gonna have to be in the Discord or go and find somebody else. But you can get in my live stream today, which will be at 4:45 Central. I will be on time today, I'm telling you right now. 4:45 Central. We're gonna talk about late breaking news. We're gonna talk about the slate. We're gonna cook. We're gonna do it all, baby. And that is at CaptainCrush.net. Gold package. There you go. And also, in addition to my live streams, you'll get a playlist. You're gonna get my projections. You're gonna get it all, baby. You're gonna get the greatest community on earth as far as sports betting is concerned anyways. That's just my opinion. But, and with that in mind, don't go anywhere because I'm about to talk about some NFL plays that are crispy, that are most likely gonna get bumped. But first, I gotta shout some of my brothers out, my fellow brothers in Christ. Yesterday, there was a ton of green beans. The model was on point. They all trusted Donovan Mitchell. I liked Donovan Mitchell to go under his points. My model didn't. They trusted it. They took it, and Mitchell came through. They liked Fox, Sabonis, cash it. James Harden, which I gave everybody, cash. Joel Embiid, cash. Kobe White, cash. DK Metcalf, receiving yards, cash. Austin Reeves, cash. Luka's points, cash. First half, cash. Colin Sexton's points, cash. A lot of cashes. Spartan cashed. He took the two-man wagon that we made live. A lot of people went 6 of 6 yesterday, man. You love to see it. A lot of people made coin. A lot of people went 5 of 6, 4 of 5, 2 of 2. Old Iceberg Wannabag got this in. I told him take Sexton, cash it. Clam Shark did a little bit of a Christmas shopping slip yesterday. It cashed. Doing the Lord's work with Luka, Harden, Gordon, and Embiid, the wagon himself. Iceberg killed it. Sturdy, I almost forgot. Sturdy's been giving out these two-man power plays that have just been smashing lately. He's been giving them out. Look at this kid. He's betting 200 a power play. This kid never bets this high, but he's got some sick confidence. He takes the projections, and he makes the slip, and he crushes, and it's just that simple. He had a $1,000 day the other day following the list, and he crushed. A lot of people are killing it here. I'm glad to see you guys getting W's, even when myself take L's. So those are my shout outs, and this is how the Discord works. So this is a preview like NFL. This is what it'd look like. This is where you'd get your list. Then you'd click this. You'd get my projection chart, which is going to be like that for NBA and NFL every day. And then I give you a list of plays, but you also need to make your own reads, people. But the fact of the matter is, all you had to do was follow this list, and the only one that sold was Fant. It was pretty much 6-1 or 5-1. I can't remember, and that is that. We got a great community, so get involved and become a part of it. And you can do that by signing up with any of my partners or buying direct. And I may have a Christmas promo special. I'm not sure yet. I got to talk to Dub Club. My website's being built. It's almost done. Can't wait. We'll talk about that down the road. But first, let's cover some NFL. Man, I'm giving you guys all the bonuses right now, baby. I'm doing it all. I'm doing it for the people. I'm doing the Lord's work. One video at a time. It's a shame yesterday's video didn't get out in time. Not a lot of people saw it. They could have made a lot of coin. In fact, I had 2 positive comments. Guys say they just found my channel. They did what I had in there, and they swept. They were able to get 6 of 6. I love to see it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Before I forgot. Now, old Chow in the Discord talked about Matt Stafford's pass yards goblin. So I looked into it, and sure enough, this is a solid play. I don't love the matchup at all, but I think that he has been throwing to Cup enough back to where this is 100% in play. And the beauty of it is if you pair it with a taco, this is the thing. You can get a crispy 2.5x. This is the optimal play on the board to pair with your taco. You will get 2.5x, and they play on Thursday, and it's most likely hitting, okay? It's probably the safest option you can get. Whether you take Basil or any other taco, pairing it with this Goblin Stafford is going to be 2.5x, which is solid, okay? Especially if you can play $100, which if you're platinum on PrizePicks, you can. Like myself, I will have exposure to that 100%. I will take my 2.5x and be happy. Now, some other early plays that I wanted to mention was going to be Trey McBride. He's just been a wagon, and he came through for me last week. He came through for me clutch, baby. Fantasy and his receiving yards. That's how Sturdy was able to make his $1,000. He was on the list. He killed it. His line is now 14.5 yards higher than it was, but he got 102 against the Niners. 89 against the Steelers. He's just been trending all the way up, and I am not getting off this wagon, especially against the Chicago Bears. I think that the Bears have a tough secondary, and they've been playing good defense lately, so they might favor the tight end matchup, and I am going to take my shot. And the other one that I wanted to mention, man, I'm giving this out for free. It's crazy. I talked about these in the Discord, but I have to talk about these with the people because I don't know if I'm going to get an NFL video this week. David Njoku, the wagon himself. Flacco loves Njoku. It's crazy that we're talking about this in 2023, but David Njoku has been just turning back the clock with Joe Flacco, making Flacco look like a G. And what did I just say about McBride against Chicago? Look at this. He just torched Chicago for 104 yards. McBride is in the same matchup. He's going to do the same thing. And Njoku is now facing Houston Texans. And I'm telling you right now, they ain't stopping Njoku. He's Flacco's security blanket. You love to see it. And that, my friends, was worth discussing. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're old, new, whatever, smash the like button for your boy. It helps me out. Sign up with my partners. The links are in the descriptions. Always use code CRUSH. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Good luck in all your contests tonight, buddy. All of them. My brothers in Christ, as always, here's the salute, and let's crush.